Towards the end of 1960, we are once again running a little short on manpower. I've had some losses from the ongoing offensive over the past couple of years. So the target, after the somewhat failed attempt to take over the Komi Republic, remains to crush Russia and retake the states in the north that we are entitled to. And for that, we will be assaulting the Moscow line. I've got most of the First Army's assault divisions lined up near Kalinin, and we will be destroying the heavy resistance here of the Russian infantry around Kalinin, and then pushing straight towards Moscow. We don't really have a good position from the air, but I think most of the enemy air is currently engaged over Belarus, so I might be able to just get a couple of close air support wings in here as well. And if I can find a free airport, that'll do. And then we'll get that underway. Meanwhile, the Navy is repairing, but I have split off our 2 light cruisers as a scout group. So once the main fleet is repaired, we will begin clearing out the approaches towards the United Kingdom. You can probably imagine what for, but anyway, let's keep going. All right, we should have, yes, we've got green air over Novgorod, and we've got green air over Belarus, where we are wearing down the enemy fighter craft very quickly. And the Germans are now actually using our jet fighters as well, which is good. All right, we will lead the charge with the Marine divisions. Let's get around the south, and then I need some armored divisions as well to help exploit this and break through. And we've got some more armored divisions on the other side that can assist once we have broken the position. Italy demands Anatolian naval bases. Okay, they're at war anyway, so I don't think there's really a lot going on. They appear to have crossed the river line here. That's some Americans again, but really this is a Germany problem. Germany, I'll leave that to you for now. And everything else is in good hands. So let's focus on the approach here. Heavy tanks have crossed the river. Regular tank divisions are following up to go and encircle. And we're going to get the heavies to actually assist with encircling this particular area here. And we've got 3 tank divisions here to run the counterattack across the bridges once we are in position. But it's not too much of a problem or too much of a challenge once we have that. We'll use the regular infantry. Pinning attacks are expensive, and I am short on manpower, but I think that's sufficient. They are trying to get out of there, but they're not going to get anywhere. So let's encircle these divisions here before they can manage to escape, and then we will just secure the northern river line near Kalinin, really, because I think the only position that we can take realistically is going to be Moscow. So let's destroy these divisions here while the tanks are just going to push on and try to take Moscow. I'll get the other tank divisions around the south and doing the same thing, and securing the airport near Moscow. We should have okay, we're now no longer fighting in Novgorod, so let's redirect the air force towards the Moscow and the central Russian region. All right, tanks are leading the charge, and that we have destroyed the Russian positions there, and we have taken Moscow. Now we just need to ensure that we hold it and that we are securing the flanks here, and maintaining the lines as well. So we've got motorized divisions coming in. I do not wish to supply the German divisions here. I need to have my own divisions supplied. From here on out, it's a good question. Where do we go next? We probably cut north. Yeah, we cut north towards Yaroslavl, and from there on out, that'll remove supply from all these divisions here. From there on out, we appear to have lost Vologda, so we'll retake Yaroslavl, Vologda, destroy all this, and then we'll see. We'll see where we go next. I might hand over the territory to Germany though, because I do not want to have to garrison that all. Let's see. But for now, we'll secure Moscow, and yeah, just probably just push north towards the river line already here, since we're here, and just enlarge our territory here a bit. The regular mechanized divisions are perfectly capable of doing that. By the way, they have some. They've got tank division here as well. They have some capabilities in that regard. So they have some mechanized infantry with them. Yeah, they are definitely now reinforcing the Moscow line. So I'd to be careful not to overstretch here. But since they're all relatively weakened, let's see if we can actually, yeah, let's see if we can break through here and encircle some of the defenders. Well, since we have supply, we'll use the heavy tanks on the south and see if we can get around their lines. They do have some fortifications here, but I don't think they can stand up to the combined air and heavy tank power. Germans are now holding Moscow, so that frees up my tank divisions, and we will push around and try to encircle and destroy a couple more of the Russian divisions here. So let's get everybody around. Get them destroyed there. And we've got the heavy tanks on the south. They can keep pushing ahead. That'll be another 8 Russian divisions. Actually, no, don't attack them directly. Take the... surround them, please. And then take them out. There we go. And then we can clear that up. And that should give us a relatively decent salient. We still have to actually connect Moscow, but we'll wait for that to happen next. And then we'll line up in the northern push here and make the next step happen. We have started patrolling the eastern North Sea. I might have to split these patrol groups up, and if we don't catch anything, but we'll start slowly. The main battle fleet is sitting in Westlandet, and if we can catch any kind of enemy activity, then we'll get out and take them on. Meanwhile, things on the ground. Yes, we have the tank divisions in place. So next target is the supply hub in the north here. Let's just push the tanks along the river lines towards the supply line here. And the tanks from here are going to push through the other side and take Yaroslavl. And that should be that. We've got the rest catching up, and Moscow is struggling to supply all of that, but we'll get there. Most of it is going to be due to. Do I have the close air support engaged? I don't. So close air support on close air support and fighter wings. Yeah, okay. Everyone's engaged, and the tanks are forging ahead, overrunning some Russian positions here without too much trouble. So now that we have taken that, we'll take the airport north of it and then push north towards Vologda, and that should be very rapidly the end of any kind of Russian involvement here. So let's get the other armored group north to push across the river and cut them off here, while the rest of the forces. Where's my other tank group? These are my river crossing tanks. That's fine. We can use those as well. We'll push north towards Vologda and take the position there. Tank divisions are spreading out and should be having things cut off in a minute. There is Vologda. So once the tanks have broken through, we will retake this supply position. In fact, actually, just push directly towards the supply hub. while the heavy tanks are securing the eastern flank of this push. There we go, and now it's just a matter of retaking the supply hub, pushing the Americans out from that position, and maybe we can get a secondary encirclement actually going here, if the Germans play ball. Let's see. Clear up the northern side of the river, and actually I think we're just overrunning them here. Alright, that is a significant strategic encirclement. I do have to check which air zone I'm on. That is mostly going to be the Novgorod air zone, so I do have to retarget my aircraft, and we will be clearing out the remaining Russian resistance here, take on the territory, secure the eastern flank, and just wait for the supply lines to be reconnected. Actually, this supply line is not going to be reconnected unless we actually clear the railway lines, because Germany has lost all those lines. So let's make that happen. Get that reconnected, destroy the remaining Russian forces, and then we need to wait for supply to get back to where we can use it. And we'll already start with I mean, I know this is river crossings, but the mechanized divisions should be powerful enough at this point to handle that on their own. Here I'm not so certain, because we are reasonably short on... Okay, let's get all the armored divisions engaged. In fact, that's an infantry division, yeah. Okay, so we do have to retake this railway line, otherwise we're not going to get any supply out of this position here, because it's not connected. So we'll wait for the tanks. The tanks should be able to clear that out. And I have to shift the Air Force north. Oh no, this is actually still Central Russia, so hang on. Let's get the Air Force back here. That is still Central Russia. Germany can deal with the rest of the positions. But from here on out, we'll clear that up, and I think Russia is going to be in the Russian Federation is going to be in a very, very bad spot very quickly. And it looks like the Allies are focusing quite a bit on North Africa, on the North African campaign, trying to kick Spain out from here, with the American naval landings breaking through everywhere as usual. But we'll see how that goes. Have we had any successes in the North Sea? Not yet. So I might need to detach a couple more ships. I'll probably detach a couple of the destroyers to get 3 scouting groups going. So we'll send 3 individual ships to get some scouting in the area, and then we'll see if we can clear out whatever naval forces are operating here. And we're about to just clear out the last remaining Russian tank divisions here. And that should be Kalinin secured, and the territory significantly expanded. So far, no need for garrisoning, so we'll see how that goes. But that is the last of the Russian resistance near Kalinin. And now, what is the supply situation looking like here? Dreadful, to be honest. If we try not to supply the Germans here, then it looks a little better. But the sheer amount of German divisions that are being thrown around are causing serious havoc with my supply lines. Now, from here on out, it's going to get tricky, because we are still... I think we were constructing a supply hub somewhere, but it looks like we have actually lost that territory, which is somewhat unfortunate. Yeah, we've lost the territory here, because they do get supply through the capital. And I still have 3 divisions. I'm not sure why they didn't retreat. I told them to. I am going to check... I'm just going to check how far the Russian Federation is. 50% towards capitulation. So they have moved their capital to Stalingrad, to nobody's great surprise. Which means we are probably going to have to do some more strategic destruction here. before we can move towards the territories that we're actually interested in, because fighting in the north without supply here is completely illusory, and even with some transport wings, the area is just too vast that we can't get through there. There is a supply hub here that we may be able to take, but I don't think we're gonna be able to push this far supply wise. Alternatively, we can push further east from Moscow and just keep destroying the Russian positions to the point that they become combat ineffective on a larger scale. So far they have, they still have a fair amount of divisions, and I think they can make them faster than we can destroy them. So yeah, there's still work to be done, and supply is the major problem in the area. I might try again to construct a supply hub, but just construct it in the north here along the front lines. That should allow us to push, as long as Germany can hold these lines, that should allow us to push ahead a little bit from there. So let's try that and see if that's happening. But yeah, we'll continue the strategic destruction of Russian forces, and we will. Well, for now, I'll take the territory, but I think resistance is going to become a problem here very quickly. So maybe at some point I'll just hand it over to the Germans to manage, because I only have one operative currently doing resistance suppression, and he's kind of juggling between positions because everybody else is over in the United States building up, running propaganda missions, really, boosting our ideology, and see if we can make some progress here towards. Let's do that here as well. See if we can make some progress here towards improving the populations. Yes, we're already at 23%. Nice. That means we should be able. Yes. Okay. The United States are ripe for a coup. War support and stability are very low, and due to the convoy raids, combat casualties, and other things. So, with the improved public image of the Silver Legion of America, I think we are now in the position to try and orchestrate a coup in the United States of America. And we are gonna send Vladimir and her, Takasuki, Buri Takasuki. Outlook is deadly. Not sure if there's anything we can do to improve that. Maybe we need more support. I think we might. Because they will start a civil war, so we might actually need more support first. Let's improve our situation on the ground before we do that, and keep raiding the convoys. As you can see, our convoy raiders are. We've lost. This was Spain. This is Spain actually. Our convoy raiders are more than successful in completely annihilating and even sinking the occasional heavy cruiser. That was a French donated one, but yeah, destroying American convoys all the way up to the Caribbean, despite futile American attempts at doing something about it. So. Oh yeah, 16 Turkish convoys, spicy, and yeah, the occasional French convoy, and we have actually managed to catch a British destroyer unawares. So that was the first attempt at the first catch of the day, really, for the Imperial battle fleet. We do have, what's that? That's a destroyer. We can send that to the battle fleet. So we'll see if we can catch some more. I don't really want to fight in the English Channel, but so far there are a larger number of ships as operational in the region that we appear not to be catching. So we'll see if we can find and destroy them and make ourselves useful while the army is fighting in the east on the Russian front. Okay, that's starting to get better. The Imperial Strike Fleet has sunk HMS Linnet and 10 escorting destroyers off the coast of England. The Americans are actually garrisoning England at this point, because the British are probably occupied with their colonies. But we are wearing down their naval supremacy here, so as soon as they show themselves, we are going to destroy them, which is also going to secure our Norwegian coastline. The army, in the meanwhile, in the winter, is just engaging in some minor frontline corrections and is just clearing out some positions and destroying some Soviet forces, or Russian forces rather. It might still be winter, but I think we actually have the power at this point to try for a relatively large encirclement here in the area and just to take over the Russian territory. Their lines are relatively thinly defended, so we will be launching a two-pronged attack. We've got the marine divisions with some motorized support in the south to push towards Kharkov, and we've got the tank divisions with motorized support in the north to push south from Moscow along the supply lines, cut this all off, and destroy the Russian positions. I have given the Germans supply again in the north, because I'm not operating in the area, but there is still very little supply available in general, so Germany will just have to make do with what they have, but they might be able to, make some pushes here and there and actually scoot closer towards the front lines.